YouTube, what it do is way out here, and we had another win today. All right, this one was honestly such an easy trading day compared to normal, just because of pretty much every single confluence today worked well. And if you're coming onto this channel, I've showed my strategy about 400 times in all my videos. Not literally, but you can go watch, and see what my strategy is, and see, if you want to listen to someone who's not a financial advisor or someone who has no idea what they're talking about. But I'm just going to show you guys pretty much what happened today in the market. Today I had $600 on my big account, and then $400 on my other account that I'm growing right now. So it was a good trading day. I could have held it for longer, but again, I've told you guys, I like to take profits while I can. So if I see that it's moving down, I'm going to be doing a trailing take profit all the way down with it. That's just how I like to trade, is making sure that I get something. I'm thinking about, opening up a couple more accounts and just letting those ones run. And just seeing, how long with $1,000 take profit, for example. And obviously some days I get that anyway, especially if the market went exactly how I wanted it to. Kind of wish I held this one a little longer, but it is what it is. You can't take it back, and you don't go back in just to go back in, and that's what I love about my videos is I'm here to show you guys how I lose, how I win, and everything in between, because a lot of people come on here and they lie to you and they're trying to sell you stuff. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to show you exactly what happened today and what happens every day. So here we go. Let's get into this, okay? So if you guys are new here, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content, so you can trade with an idiot like me. If I'm an idiot and I can do it, I know you can do it too. It doesn't matter who you are. Because when I first started looking at this stuff, dude, I had no idea. I was sitting there, I was like, there's no way I can even remotely get good at this. But here we are, getting better and better by the day. It takes time. What I do is I trade the 15-minute orb strategy. Okay, so what I do is I take the higher high and the lower low. And again, you can rewatch these 100 times, to really get to know, the strategy and seeing that it works almost consistently, pretty consistently, other than like 1 day a week, 2 days a week. Sometimes you do lose. Sometimes you go on a losing streak, man. Entry points, everything like that really does matter. But so we're gonna look at the 15-minute candle, which is right here, the 9:30 a.m. candle. I trade 9:30 in the morning. EST, I should say, so New York time, and we are gonna change from the 15-minute to the 5-minute, okay? Because that's what matters to us with our strategy, okay? So we need to look at different confluences. And like I told you, today's honestly was literally like perfect. You can't make this stuff up, as my other videos would tell you, right? So we see the 15-minute low right here, 15-minute high right here. We see a complete and utter closure underneath the lower low of that 15-minute candle, right? Because the 15-minute candle ended right here. So that's the lower low. Came down, closed way underneath here. At this point, what do? I always wait for that second candle, right? So I always wait for the second 5-minute candle right here to see what happens. And normally I'll wait to see if it starts heading upwards, because, sometimes it does. There's been times where I'll catch a buy on that, because sometimes it will come back up and chase that higher high. The thing is, we were already at Asia low. And this is what I'm going to share to tell you today, right? We were already at Asia low. We are Asia times. We already have the London one. And again, I'm not no perfect guru, so don't listen to my advice. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But, we were already there in a way of looking at it. Not only that, we were looking at the negative 300 already for today. And that's something that always has meant something to me for the months and months I've been trading, is I always like to see, what we're doing overall for the day. Right, so overall for the day, we're in a put. That's where we're at. We were bearish in the 4 hour. Pretty much bearish. We were bearish on the day. So a lot of things saying that we're going down, right? So not only that, we waited for that second candle. Immediately, it started going down. I went in for a put right here, literally right there. So I normally will wait, because sometimes, like I said, it will come back up, and I'll see if it, closes again above this on the 5-minute on the lower low. Did not do that at all today. Didn't even come up to that point, if I remember right. But I did go in for a put somewhere around this region right here, and I got out down here, So it was a really, really good trading day. Again, the strategy consistently works, man. It doesn't happen every single day, so don't think that's gonna happen. Don't come in here and think that it's gonna happen, because it's not going to. But we can say right here, right? Let's just say, for example, if we're new to this channel and you wanna see what would happen on the top side, right? Same thing would happen, right? So if we see the 5-minute, let's just say a green candle, and a green engulfing candle right here, right? And it closes an engulfing candle right here on that 5-minute, what will we do, right? We will wait for that second candle to come down or up, or continue to go upwards. If we see on that second candle another green candle on the 5-minute, we're going to be going up. And if not, we just wait, especially if we know that, okay, well, the market's obviously heading up. Let's just say, for example, we're going to do the complete opposite, right? We're going to say this is a buy, right? So let's just say this is plus $150 for today, right? We see green, 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 right? And then on that second candle, like for example, like this one was red, like we saw. Let's just say was a green engulfing candles and just started to go up again, we would go in for a buy because it's most likely going to continue upwards for the rest of the day, or at least for a little while, and that's why I always encourage you to, have a trailing take profit as well. So, you take your profits while you can. So, a lot of people won't do that. And, if it does come back down, you're in trouble. And that's why I like to make sure that I have winning trades for the majority of the trades that I take. It's mad important, man. In some people, like I said, if you want, I wouldn't mind doing it on some evaluation accounts. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing myself, is just, getting a couple of evaluation accounts and holding it all the way. This is just what has worked for me so far, for months now. So again, if you guys want to listen to someone who's not a financial advisor, this strategy works, man. I tested it many times. I back tested it for a while. I've been doing this for, months now. And like I said, I would say 80% of the time it works. The only reason normally that it doesn't work is when I enter wrong, or I'm just doing it, based off the fear of, FOMO, the fear of missing out, and that's something that, again, psychology has such a big impact on our trading. And, I have a problem with that still. I'm being real. I know some kid commented the other day, "Oh, you think you're a good trader?" I don't think I'm a good trader at all. I think I have a lot of work to do. I think I have years of experience to learn still, and that's why I like being completely upfront and say, hey guys, this is not easy. This is going to take a long time to learn, including for myself. I am not a good trader. I am a trader that is just getting to the point where I'm somewhat good. Just because you make good trades does not make you a good trader. That's what I've learned. A good trader comes back. That's what a good trader is. A good trader comes back realizing that, hey, I'm going to lose, I'm going to win. And eventually I'm going to get to the point where, I'm making, 4 or 5 winning days, or 4 days a week that I'm winning, or even 3 days a week that I'm winning. And you're cut your loser short, so when you have a losing day, cutting it off at negative 600 rather than cutting it off at, negative 4,000, it's going to make a difference, and you're going to be able to continue and hold your capital. Right now, what we're looking at, right, is if I was making a trade right now, we kind of look like we're heading towards somewhat of a reversal, but again, there's no, what confluence is there? We did see a second candle. If it closed above this, I would honestly think about going for a little buy, but I don't know. There's just too much selling power today. I'm not going back in. I'm not going back in at all, to be honest with you. I'm done. I told you guys at 10:30, 10:45, I'm out of the day. Especially if I'm in for a win, I'm gonna, especially when I'm in my losses, I always just cut it. I don't want to do it anymore, because at the end of the day, you can either have a negative $500 day or a negative $5,000 day, and that's a choice that you're gonna have to make. And I made those choices a million times. I've lost account after account at first. So if you are new here, again, join my trading journey, man. I'm not a great, amazing guru. I'm not a guru. But just make sure to smash that like button for me. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content. StayCoolCoaching.com for coaching with me. And I do have clothing coming, Christian clothing brand. I've told you guys, JimGrindGod.com if you guys want to check that out. And all I'm asking for is a like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video.